Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm EDC Gunner, and today we'll have another collection update. You know what I really hate when I want to gather all my watches in one place to show you collection update, and I saw so many videos, you guys do it perfectly, and I cannot get my watches to align them to hold nicely and just to make it more presentable. There's always one fucker that falls down, like this one here. Just one stand up, you Seco crappy bracelet. But you gotta love the Seco. Doesn't matter about the crappy bracelet. It's a vintage watch. Let's just start with this one. This is Seco 5 watch that I really enjoy wearing, and the watch that has that really, if it wasn't for this watch, you wouldn't see any of these watches here laid out. So perfect little starter watch, because it made me Google watches, it made me do lots of things, and I went to watchmaker to repair it, and just has a cool story, and also it was a gift from my dad, so that doesn't mean that much to me, because not everyone has a perfect families, don't we? But it's a very dear watch to me. I will have it, I will hold it forever. Now, we just moved to the favorite watch of mine. Just the most beautiful watch I ever had. And this is another watch in my collection. This is a Datejust 16030. So, not 1603, but 16030. And this one has a quick set date. Just a beautiful watch, my favorite watch of all time, as a Datejust, as a genre of watches, and also my favorite watch because I have it. It's my first Rolex, and it's just a perfect. I love the Roman numerals. I love everything about it, and it has a plexi crystal crappy bracelet, vintage bracelet, but I absolutely love it. And I thought I'd do a collection video because I pulled all my watches together. I'm pretty happy where I am in my collection. Actually, I've never been more happier, and that might change. So last time I did a collection update was back in October. I had a couple of Breitwings. Oh, actually, I had one Breitwing. I had a Speedmaster reduced and lots of other watches, but all those watches went. They had to make a room. They had to make money for my Submariner. Yeah, finally got a Submariner, and I don't know what to say. This is also with a crappy bracelet, vintage one, and vintage watches have so many issues with them, but this being Rolex, it doesn't have that much issue except for the bracelet and everything else. But luckily, I've been wheeling and dealing and trading and dealing with vintage watches all my watch career, so I pretty much knew what to expect, and I love it. Yeah, it's been a dream come true, and I don't know what else to say. It's not perfect. It's a bit over polished, as the guys at the Rolex forum said to me before buying it. I asked them about this watch, so I just showed them a couple of photos. Well, just wanted to make sure if it's correct and everything, because not so much experience, not so much knowledge, but Rolex, and that's what you should do. Go to the Rolex forum or Breitling forum or Omega forum and ask them. They're all nice guys and willing to help. Well, most of them all are. So yeah, I'm a Submariner. It's been a dream come true, and this is pretty much the biggest purchase I ever made in regards to watches. But I bought some nice watches this year as well. I got Omega. This is a classic. I don't know the reference number like most of you guys know, but it's a wave dial and it's been a perfect watch for everyday carry for EDC. You can see that wave dial. It's a cloudy day today. It's in November. The other day was my birthday, and pretty much around this time of year, it's really gray. And but once you put a nice shiny watch on your wrist, it's really things starting to look better. Yeah, it's a wave dial, 41 millimeter Bond Omega Seamaster. Looks so much nicer on the wrist than like this when you see it. But yeah, I love it. It's a great everyday watch, perfect beater, perfect watch for this upcoming summer. I'm looking forward to wearing it. But there's one thing, actually, this might never last to the summer because I got a strange idea. I was offered. Oh, there's a Rolex Explorer Power and the mix. So possibly before getting Submariner, I was thinking should I get rid of my Breitling Grassland, which was perfect watch for me, uh, and it's no like no other Breitling it is. But I decided to keep my Pelagos. Love my Pelagos, and lots of you been suggesting that uh, the Pelagos would look too much like Submariner. They were too much of the same watches, but I didn't mind honestly. These two watches are just perfect. The Pelagos is flawless. It doesn't need anything. It's perfect. And this water Rolex pin, not brand new. It's a vintage one. It's not flawless, so they complement each other. The Pelagos has perfect bracelet, and this Mariner old style bracelet's not. And that's just reality. But yeah, they do look like the same, and I do love the Pelagos. But Pelagos, decided to keep Pelagos, not just because I love it so much more than a Breitling, but because it's a great card to play if you want to buy another watch when it comes up, and in the meantime you can enjoy it. And titanium, and it was in my bank safe for 2 months, and I didn't miss it mainly because I had some nice Breitlings. I had a Seamaster, and I had this one, so I kind of forgot about it. So it was a test to see whether I or not I can live without it. But looking at this, I like this combo too, the Seamaster and the Submariner, more than the Submariner and Pelagos. And just because I've been contemplating, there is a possibility, but I'm a bit strapped for cash because recently I got Submariner, and that kind of pull away my watch funds for this year or even be next year. But you know me, I want to buy watches. But I could trade this Tudor in and Omega, because it doesn't make sense to trade Tejas. I love it so much. I could trade these two watches in for a Power Explorer 2. So I don't know what you think about that, but there's a possibility I would need to get rid of these two and add a little bit of a cash, and I would get a nice Power Explorer 2, not with the orange hand, with the red hand, the older style, which I really like more. And been toying and playing with that idea, but I'm pretty happy with the collection as it sits right now. So it's really a matter of, do you want to move forward or do you want to sit still? But I do enjoy this collection of mine. And right here in the background, there's this guy working, and this is a kind of classic watch. You might notice I do have classic watches here. They are all iconic watches, and this Casio data bank is no less iconic than the Submariner or the Seamaster or the Datejust. And I snatched this in the flea market. I don't know, beginning of the year. It was cold as well. It was cold day. It wasn't working, and I took it to my watchmaker. He cleaned it up a little bit and inserted a new battery, and the date was showing. The date was showing 80. I don't know. I put it on Instagram, but it's from the 80s. So it's really cool. It's original data bank. It's not the new thing. I do love the new version. I do love the new one, new style as well. But this is a bit more collectible because it is from the 80s, and I love it. I enjoy wearing this one. I wore it quite some time in the summer. It's a really cool watch, and it's really iconic. And so even when I'm not wearing it, I enjoy. Like looking at it on my desk. It's really cool watch to have and to own. So I'm really bothered by this one. That one just stands still because this is a 10 vintage bracelet Seco folding links. It really bothers me, so I'm gonna just move these two guys here in the background. Maybe like this. So if you're not gonna sit still, I'm just gonna downgrade you down there. Okay, now I have 3 watches on a leather band. Let's just start with I have Rutina Omega and a Seiko Panda. So let's just start with this one. This is if you've been following my channel, if you are first time watching here, make sure to subscribe and like the video and whatnot, all that good stuff. But this is a gold watch, and this is my first gold watch ever, and ever since I bought another gold to sell, but it's not in that condition, so I don't know. I just pay scrap metal for it. This is a vintage watch. It's Rutina automatic. And I basically paid for gold value in this one as well. I serviced it. You can see I did a series of videos before and after. You can see how it looked like before. And when I got it from service, I enjoyed wearing it so much that it put down all my other watches. I wore this for 2 straight weeks, and I enjoyed it so much. I loved it, and I found leather band that I wanted to have on it. It's a lacquered leather band. It's really nice, and it's 14K gold, automatic ETA movement. It's nothing. This is one of those brands that the quartz crisis killed, but you can manually mount it. I love the date down there. It's really nice watch, and that fact that it's gold kind of makes it, I don't know, I appreciate it a bit more because it's nice and shiny and whatnot, and in different lights and different light conditions, it appears and wears different, and just like one of those vintage Omegas I used to have, and I really dig this one. I enjoy wearing it. So lots of you guys have been avoiding gold watches or whatnot, but do not. If you see a cool gold watch, always pay for the scrap metal and for the value. Most of these watches have no more than 10 grams of gold. So would that be your some sort of a guideline? So next watch I have here, this is a recent watch I got, and this is Omega Genève, and I've been a fan of Omega Genève lines for so many years, and it was my first Omegas were Genèves, and one of my first and nicest Omegas was just Omega Genève, just like this one, but it was gold plated, it had a date. This one is with no date, and it's a steel case. Kind of like, I like the steel cases, and I like the fact that it has no date because I can do this and slap it on my wrist anytime I want and don't worry about setting the date. I really prefer the watches without date, and even Submariner I think I would prefer without date, but it is what it is. I don't complain, and this is a magazine caliber 601. This case is a bit different, and it wears larger on the wrist, has original crystal crown. The crystal I replaced, but I do have somewhere lying around a replacement, the original crystal with the band. And I borrowed this leather band from one of my wife's watches because I think it worked perfectly, and it's really nice. It's a great value for money, and I think these will go up in value. So it's a really cool vintage watch, and I do enjoy it. I missed having a vintage Omega. For a long time I had lots of them, then I decided to get rid of them, and now I got another one, and I think this one is just perfect for me. These are going up in value every day. It's kind of really interesting, but don't want to talk about investment potentials or whatnot, because I think you should invest in stocks, in bonds, and in friends. And friends are the best treasures, and family, of course. But this one I got as a gift from my friend. He says I earned it, and it can be argued I did, but at the end of the day, he gifted me a Seco Panda, which is pretty awesome, don't you think, guys? So this is the watch that will be staple in my collection and will never leave it, along with the Seco 5 and Datejust. I really consider those watches. I'm gonna keep my Submariner and lots of other watches, but I do like this one quite a lot, and it's the story is he was having this one for a long time. He has an awesome collection. I will show you his collection one of these days. And he bought another one, so he had two pandas and decided to give me one of his. So what can you say about that? It's a perfect, the dial is original and everything else. What's your opinion asking me about my minty Seiko Pogue, but that Pogue wasn't quite original, and this one is, and I love it. And anyways, this is the perfect watch for in all those vintage Seiko chronographs. I like this one the best, and I think this is just as remarkable as the Moon watch, but it's so more underrated and cheaper than the Moon watch. I found I think this leather band works best for it, and it's really nice. And yeah, I've been enjoying with my Panda, and lately been getting into so many watches. Never really got time to wear this one for an entire week or not, but it's really nice, and I think everyone should get one. One of the things I like the most about it is these syringe hands. They appear so precise, and it's really something else. And you can see the Friday 23rd on the date. It was my birthday that day. Anyways, guys, that was my little humble collection. Thank you for watching. I'm EDC Gunner. If you made it this far, what can I say? You are the champ, and I just want you to. I need a little favor from you. Just do me a favor and like this video, so it really helps. And yeah, check the links in the description box. They also help. And let me just try to find some perfect thumbnail picture for you guys. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. I'm EDC Gunner, and see you in the next one.